Barangay 850 in Pandacan is a typical poor community in Manila, a megacity of 9 million people and capital of the Philippines. About 500 families live in tiny packed houses accessible only through a maze of narrow alleys. Basic social services like water or garbage collection are far from adequate.
Yung truck kasi ng basura, hindi yan dumarating araw-araw. Yung iba naman, yung kanilang basura, ilalagay lang sa labas ng bahay, bahala siya dyan kung mangamoy siya dyan ng ilang araw. Yung iba, nagtatapon sa estero, lalo na sa gabi, pag walang nakakakita. Kasi malapit lang na may estero dito sa amin pwedeng lakarin.
Yolanda Bruzola inspects the state of the creek which runs through the community. She heads the Sama-Samang Komunidad ng Pandacan at Paco, or SKPP. A few months ago, SKPP launched a project that would change the face of Barangay 850.
Nagkaroon kami ng consultation meeting, yung mga officer na SKPP. Siyempre, consultation meeting, lumabas diyan yung mga problema. Ano ba yung mga problemang nakikita natin sa community? Yung mga kanal, mga barado, maapaw na yung tubig. Tapos maraming sakit. Lumabas din na halos buwan-buwan may nare-report na may nagtatae, may nadadala sa ospital. Ano ba yung pwede natin gawin? Ngayon sinabi ko sa kanila, merong isang NGO, Sagip-Pasig Movement, na pwedeng tumulong sa atin. Kasi environment yung kanilang programa.
Formed in 1993, Sagip-Pasig Movement, or SPM, is a coalition of over 130 community-based organizations and 7 non-government organizations working to clean up Metro Manila's only river system, the Pasig. SPM mobilizes communities along the river banks, creeks, and canals to participate in the rehabilitation of the dying river.
The Pasig River is biologically dead. It can no longer sustain aquatic life because of the dramatic increase in the BOD level in the Pasig River. The BOD, or biochemical oxygen demand, is the oxygen level required by aquatic life in order to survive. In cases where there are large volume of pollutants in the water, it will compete directly with the living organisms, and this will result to lesser number of living organisms that can be supported or sustained by the river.
Although the megacity has grown dramatically in the last 40 years, basic sewerage infrastructure has not kept up with the growth. Instead, the Pasig River serves as the city's sewer. Only 15% of the city's sewage is treated before being dumped into the Pasig River and Manila Bay. Every day, over 1 million tons of garbage is illegally dumped into rivers, creeks, and canals which flow into the Pasig. Industries proliferate along riverbanks, many without wastewater treatment facilities. According to a recent government study, domestic liquid waste or untreated sewage water accounts for 60% of pollutants dumped into the Pasig River. Industrial effluents contributed another 35%, and solid waste makes up 5% of the pollutants. Although hundreds of millions of pesos have been spent by successive governments to rehabilitate the Pasig, the river still cannot support aquatic life.
The river rehabilitation is ongoing for more than 30 years. Unfortunately, all these attempts failed. It can be attributed to several factors, but one of the most important factor is the lack of community participation. Community participation is very important since the communities are direct stakeholders in the success of the rehabilitation program. That's why the Sagip-Pasig movement was organized in order to address this need.
SPM's strategy is to encourage stakeholders such as residents, business establishments, schools, and industries to develop community-based waste management programs, or CBWM. The goal is the creation of clean river zones throughout the Pasig River system. Clean river zones are clusters of communities with the following characteristics. First, effective community-based waste management programs. Second, the capacity to solve environmental problems within their communities. And third, the presence of support systems such as markets for recyclable materials and close coordination with local governments. By developing more and more clean river zones, it is hoped that the load of waste released into the Pasig River system will be dramatically reduced to a level where aquatic life can thrive again. Although SPM aims to mobilize all stakeholders, it pays special attention to residents of urban poor communities living along the banks, creeks, and canals of the Pasig River system. SPM works in partnership with established community organizations. Since these groups are organic to the community, they play a key role in making the project viable and successful. In Barangay 850, the local partner organization, SKPP, manages a solid waste collection improvement and waste segregation project.
Alas 6 pa lang ng umaga, yung aming Eco-Aid, nagwawalis na yan. Tapos, dala-dala niya yung kariton, sumisigaw yan. Oh, mga basura nyo, ilabas nyo na. Ganyan. Tapos maglalabasan na yung mga tao. Lalabasan na yung basura nila. Yung mga hindi naman nakakalabas, kinukolekta na lang niya. Tapos pagdating ng mga 9 o'clock to 10, parating na yung truck ng basura galing sa Paco. Kasi may bantay doon, tatakbo doon sa aming announcer, sa aming DJ. Sabihin, andyan na yung truck ng basura. Sa kanya, sa mic. Announce niya na, ang truck ng basura parating na, ang mga basura nyo, ilabas nyo na. Parang piyesta nga eh. Napakagandang tignan eh, kasi noon, wala yan eh. Yung bang bahala ka sa sarili mo yung gano'n. Ngayon, makikita mo na may mga bit-bit na mga nakasupot, nakatali. Nilalagay din sa kariton. Tapos yung bote, yung mga plastic, yung pinaglalagyan ng Clorox, meron naman yung taga-ipon. Yung isa namang committee. Bali, nakabukod talaga yun. Yung umaga, ganun yung ginagawa.
To reduce waste, residents are encouraged to segregate their garbage. Recyclable materials are collected by SKPP volunteers and sold to junk shops for additional income. Jenny de la Cruz, a resident, sees the benefits of recycling.
Yung bote kasi, tsaka yung mga dyaryo, yung plastic, o pwede pa natin pakinabangan yun, mai-recycle pa uli, magamit pa uli natin yung pagka na-recycle. Isa pa, pwede pa natin pagkakitaan yun, di ba? Dagdag pa rin yun. Tsaka, yung bote kasi hindi nalulusaw yun. Pareho din sila ng plastic. Kanya, hindi din yung malulusaw. Tapos, pagka sinunog pa yung plastic, makaka-epekto pa sa natin, sa ozone layer, tsaka sa pollution. Ang isa sa nakikita kong benepisyo yung nagkaroon ng kalinisan yung kapaligiran, yung naiwasan na yung pagkakasakit ng mga bata. Kasi dati, yung anak ko, nung bagong lipat kami dito, nagkasakit siya, yung parang nanibago yung kondisyon ng katawan niya, nagkaroon siya ng lagnat, tsaka ubo dahil nga, syempre, yung masamang amoy. Tapos, ngayon, malinis na yung kapaligiran.
As a step in developing clean river zones, SPM encourages neighboring communities to work together. In Pandacan, 10 barangays along the creek meet regularly under the banner of the Estero de Pandacan Neighborhood Association. They plan and coordinate common activities to clean up the creek, one of the tributaries of the Pasig River. Project activities are varied based on the specific needs of communities. For example, Barangay 823 decided to set up a steel mesh trap to collect solid waste floating down the Pandacan Creek. The community and SPM convinced the Department of Public Works and Highways to hire local residents to regularly scoop out the solid waste. Dario River in Quezon City flows to the San Juan River, the most polluted tributary of the Pasig. Barangay San Antonio is one of the many communities along its banks. The San Antonio Environmental Council decided to set up a warehouse for the recyclable materials they collect from about 1,000 households. Helen Teves heads the project's management committee.
Totoo naman na may pera sa basura. Bukod doon sa pera sa basura, dahil dito sa project na to, may mga walang hanap buhay na mga kalalakihan dyan na nabigyan din namin ng trabaho.
To ensure the viability of the projects, SPM helps the communities access resources that otherwise would be beyond their reach. In this community in Santa Ana, Manila, SPM turns over equipment and other materials for the waste segregation and garbage collection improvement project. While primarily organizing urban poor communities, SPM also believes in involving other sectors of society in the cleanup of the Pasig. One of its more novel programs is the annual Lason Awards, or Poison to the River Awards, which are given to companies that dump untreated waste into the river.
The Lason, or the Annual Polluters Award, was conceptualized in order to correct the notion that the urban poor communities are the sole source of pollution in the Pasig River. The objective of the Lason Award is to pressure the industries or companies along the river banks or connected to the Pasig River system to set up their waste treatment facilities. One of the major impact of the Lason Awards is that it was able to pressure the industries or companies to take action in order to comply with the government standards.
The target is to reach 407 barangays in the river catchment by the year 2005. Already, more than 100 barangays have been organized, and tangible positive effects can be seen. Communities can make a difference. The Pasig River may yet have a chance to live again.
Dumaloy ka, ilog ng buhay ng kasaysayan, hatid mo ay alaala. Ang tubig mo na dalisay ay bukal ng kasaganan. Ang daloy mong banayad at payapa sa bayan ko'y nag-uugnay. Ang tubig mo na dalisay ay bukal ng ating pag-asa. Ang agos mong masigla sa umaga'y muling magniningning. Agos ng buhay,